Hey guys, it's Jordan from Tacoma Lifestyle. Today we have our 4th Gen Tacoma here, and we are going to be installing one of our favorite products on a bunch of other Toyota models. That is the Meso Customs interior lighting kit. This is the dual colored interior lighting kit. We're super excited that there is now an official kit for the 4th Gen Tacoma. So let's go ahead and jump right into the install. All right, so to do this install, we will need a couple of tools, starting with a Torx 20 bit, a flathead screwdriver, a file, plastic pry tool, a smaller flathead screwdriver, and a 5/16 drill and drill bit. Okay guys, so now that we are in the truck, the first thing we're gonna wanna do is remove this housing up here. So we're gonna be taking this out and going over to the table to start doing the rest of the install. But to do that, you'll just take a plastic pry tool, get under this a little bit, and just pull this out. Just like that. And then you are gonna have a wiring harness right here. All you're gonna wanna do is push down on this tab. All right, so once we've detached this center piece right here with the lighting housing, we're gonna go ahead and unclip this wiring harness. There's just a tab that you're gonna push on, and then while you're pushing on that, just pull it out, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this housing to the table, and there's gonna be a couple more steps that we need to do before we can access these two lights right here. All right, so we have our lighting housing here on the table. There's gonna be about 10 clips around this housing that we're going to want to unclip just to get that outside ring off. So what I've done is I've grabbed a flathead screwdriver and I just go through, stick it in there, and then move all of these. That way I can start just popping this thing out all the way around. Pop out that last one, and this whole outer ring should just slide right out. So we can move that to the side for now. All right, so the next step we're gonna do is keep using your flathead screwdriver, and we're just going to pry this plastic piece off right here. Just kind of get under it, and then it should just pop right out. Just like that. Now we'll be able to access these two lights right here, these light covers. Do the same thing, just get the flathead under there and pry these ones out as well. Might be a little tricky, but you can get these out pretty easy. Perfect. Now that we got those lighting housings out, we're gonna grab our Torx 20 bit. There's gonna be 2 bolts right here. Go ahead and unscrew those. Gonna remove these to the side. All right, after removing the light housings, the next thing we're gonna wanna do is remove this inner black piece with all the buttons from this outer shell. So to do that, I like to get a flathead screwdriver, just kind of wedge it in between each side, and then this should free it up. So we are now able to remove it. All right, so once we've removed this black piece, we can go ahead and move this over to the side for now. All right, so we are just gonna be drilling a hole between these 2 holes right here and this top one up here. It's gonna be a 5/16 drill bit, and it's just gonna go right in between the 2. And this is gonna clear enough room for the wiring that is going to come on the Meso Customs interior lighting kit. Alrighty, now we have our outer housing, and we are going to be doing the exact same thing, drilling 2 5/16 holes into the sides right here. There are these 2 lights. These were your OEM lights. There's gonna be 2 blank spaces on either side of these. Go ahead and drill a hole right there, and that's going to be where we feed our wire through. All right, once we have drilled the 5/16 drill bit through the outer housing and the inner housing, we are now ready to install the Meso Customs interior lighting kit. All right, so the first part of this kit, the map lights, are gonna come with 2 map lights right here, an extension wire, as well as a new wiring harness that you'll plug into the factory wiring harness. So we are going to take our middle housing and install the new Meso Customs map lights where the lighting covers were for the OEM lights. So go ahead, make sure you got the right side. So we're working with the driver's side light right now. Feed the wire through that hole that you drilled and then clip it into place. All right, and then do the exact same thing with the passenger side. Go ahead and feed it through the hole that you drilled and clip it into place. All right, once we've gone through and attached the lights to this inner housing, we're gonna wanna grab the outer housing and then feed these same wires through the holes that you drilled on the outer housing. All right, so we've gone ahead and fed the wires through this outside housing. Then you want to clip this back into place. And you are now ready to start putting this entire lighting housing back together before throwing it in the truck. You'll want to grab those same Torx 20 bolts and start putting them back into the lighting housing. This is going to keep these pieces together and also keep them from rattling around. All right, so once you've screwed those bolts in, grab that outer case and just clip it into place. Make sure all your buttons still work. All right, and then you'll want to grab that outer ring that we replaced at the beginning of the video and clip this back into place as well. All right, so once you've put the housing back together, you'll want to grab those wiring harnesses from earlier in the video, flip this housing over, and start plugging in these wires into the wiring harness. So we'll start on the left side. We'll grab this wire here and just plug it in until it clips. And then you'll notice you have an extension right here. That's because the OEM wiring harness is going to be on one side of the housing. This will help the other light reach your new wiring harness. And now you're ready to install this back in the truck. Okay, so we are back in the truck. We have the light housing right here for the map lights, and we have all of the wiring hooked up. We do just need to make sure that this new harness is plugged into the housing right here. So I'll just want to make sure that we do that real quick. It'll just clip right into place. We are now ready to install this back on the truck. So go ahead and grab your OEM wiring harness and plug it into the new harness. Just like that. As you can see, we already got the lights on, and you can switch these to red as well since they are the dual function. And we can now put this housing back into the truck. Go ahead and tuck that wiring harness up. Put this side facing you in first, and then just pop it right back into place. And just like that, you have installed the Meso Customs map lights. Now let's go ahead and move to the dome light. All right, so we have moved to the back of the truck. We're going to start on the rear dome light. To do this, we are going to start by prying this light out. Make sure you work from the sides. If you work from the north or south side on this, you might break these clips. So going from the side, and it should just pop right out. All right, so once you've gotten the dome light out, you are gonna have the OEM wiring harness. There's just a simple clip tab that you'll push down on and then pull straight out. All right, once we've gotten the dome light out, we are now gonna go to the table to finish the rest of the install. All right, so here we have the dome light housing on the table. We're gonna want to grab our plastic pry tool. There's a little slot right here that you can put that pry tool in. Go ahead and just pull this out. And this top housing will come off. Then we'll want to flip this over. Your light housing for the OEM light is going to be right here. We already started doing this, but you'll just want to grab something like a little mini screwdriver and just start prying this open. Just go to all four sides and it will pop right off, as well as the OEM light. All right, so once you have the dome light housing all clear of the OEM lights, you want to grab your Meso Customs light and get ready to install it back into the housing. Now, there is a couple of little plastic tabs right here that are gonna make it a little hard for this to fit. So we went and grabbed a file. We're gonna go ahead and start filing one side down so we can fit the new Meso Customs plug through the housing. So make sure that you're not filing it too much down. You just wanna make it just enough to where that new plug will fit through the housing. All right, so we've filed one side down on the dome light housing. Now we are good to go ahead and grab the Meso Customs dome light, and it'll just feed through that hole, and you'll be able to clip this right into place. Just like that. It's now ready to go back in the truck, so let's go over to the truck and get this installed. Okay, so now back in the truck, we're ready to install the Meso Customs dome light back into the OEM wiring harness. To do that, you'll just take the Meso Customs wiring harness, grab the OEM one, and plug it in place just like that. As you can see, our light is already on. You can change this between on and off, and then red and white as well. If you need the red light for any like night vision, things like that, it's great. Okay, and once you've gone ahead and plugged that wiring harness together, you are ready to install this back into the roof of your Tacoma. Let's go ahead and put those clips in place. Those pop right back into place. And just like that, your Meso Customs dome light is installed. Okay guys, and just like that, we have just installed the Meso Customs dual colored interior lighting kit on this 4th Gen Tacoma. If you guys need to see any other install videos for any other products for your Tacoma, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you want to see more Toyota Tacoma content. If you're looking for more merch, we just dropped a bunch of new hats on our website, so you can go ahead and grab the one like I'm wearing on our website today. Thanks guys.